Namaste yogis, my name is Matt and welcome to my channel. And today I've put together an advanced hip Yin Yoga sequence. And by advanced, what I mean is that in Yin Yoga, we don't do more positions or more intense positions and call it advanced. An advanced Yin Yoga class is when we hold positions for longer. And this is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be holding each asanas that I'm going to present to you for 5 minutes. So today you're all going to need a bolster, for the end of the practice when we're going to go with our legs up. And if you have two blocks nearby, it might be a good idea to keep them beside your mat. And today's focus is going to be about creating space in your life and embracing the power of creating space. And by that, it might mean to free up more of your schedule. It might be to declutter your physical space, your office, your house, get rid of stuff you don't need anymore. Or it might just be to take more time for your own self, to do either yin yoga practices or reading a book or just creating that space. And when you create space, you leave a lot more for the universe to bring to you everything that you need. But you need to really create space for that. And we're so busy in our lives that if you try what I'm saying, you're going to notice that probably a lot of things will change for the better. So let's dive right into it. We're going to start onto our backs. If you want to dim the lights at your house or wherever you are right now and just really get into this with me tonight. So our first position is going to be happy baby. So we're just going to bring our knees up. And from here, we're going to grab the exterior side of our feet and pull our knees down, resting our head on the mat. And from here, I'm going to invite you to slow down your breathing, to calm your nervous system and allow your body to relax so that it can open up and do what it needs to do throughout tonight's session. So since we're doing an advanced class where we hold positions for longer, I'm going to ask you to really ease yourself into them in and out, and also to just navigate that edge, but do not push yourself. By holding longer, it doesn't mean to strain to try to go deeper. So you have to remember that. Find your edge and hold it there. And we can start by seeing if we can create space in our head right now, letting go of anything that lingers in there, ideas, your to-do list, so that you can really embrace tonight's practice with its full power. Creating space might mean for you to free up your schedule even more so you can spend more time with your children, your friends, your loved one. It might be to spread your to-do list over 2-3 days instead of trying to do everything in one day. There are so many ways to create space in your life. And I've personally grown the most when I started creating space in my life and setting up boundaries. The change was very incredible. And I'm gonna invite you to very slowly bring your legs back in and to bring them back down into your mat very slowly. And then it might feel good to wiggle your legs left to right in a windshield wiper motion, massaging your low back and getting your energy to flow again. And from here, we're just gonna bring our left heel underneath our right knee, just like this, and we can push through our left knee with our left hand just so that everything is squared up and that we open up our left hip. And we're gonna take one big inhale. And on the exhale, we're gonna reach through the opening we just created. And we're gonna grab into our knee, pulling it towards our chest. And then bringing back our focus to our breath, just to notice if it accelerated or if it's slowing down. And if it's accelerating, just refocus on slowing your breathing in and out through your nose. The challenge of advanced classes is that we spend a lot more time remaining still and being into our head. It can be hard when you're not used to it, but with time you will learn to appreciate it and you will see the benefits pretty fast. you'll notice that in my classes, I tend to hold a lot of space for quietness and silence. And that's because I found doing so to be tremendously beneficial in my life throughout my Yin practice. There's a lot of healing to be done when you create space for silence and peace. And on your next exhale, you can bring your right foot all the way down back onto the ground. And from here, we're just gonna shift our hips to the left side of our mat and allow them to stay in this position and fall onto your right. So if you find this to be challenging, you can grab a block and just place it underneath your left foot for support. And then we're gonna open up our arms, try to keep our torso and hips in line with the ceiling, and then we can look to the left. It's a great way to open up your spine, freeing up energy and feeling overall better. With every exhale, try to see if you can surrender to the power of gravity, disconnecting your mind from the resistance of your ligament, tendons, connective tissues, and just letting go. Once again, creating that space now within your own body. And that's why Yin Yoga is so beneficial. We create space so that our body moves and works better. And if you were using a block, you can place the block aside now if you feel comfortable to get deeper into this asana, reclining twist. And when you're ready, just take your time to bring back your hips to the middle, uncrossing your leg and bring your left foot back onto the mat. And since we hold positions for longer, it's important to move very slowly in and out from them. And from here, I always like to wiggle my hips when I go into twists like this. It just feels really good and kind of resets my body back to neutral for the next asana. So now from here, we're gonna cross our right ankle just above our left knee and then pushing through our right knee to open up our hips. We're gonna take one big inhale, and on the exhale, we're gonna bring our hands through the opening, grab onto our left knee, and pull everything in. Bringing back our attention to our breath and slowing it down once more to really let go of tensions throughout our body and mind. And on your next exhale, I'm going to invite you to lower your left foot back onto your mat, keeping everything as it is right now. And then we can just lift our hips up, shift them to the right side of our mat, and then allow everything to turn onto the left. And you can use again the block to support your right foot. Settling into this, keeping our torso once more pointing towards the ceiling, opening up our arms, and then we can turn our head towards the right side of our mat. Relaxing into this beautiful sequence. And again, on your next exhale, bring back your hips to the middle very slowly, And then bringing back our right foot onto the ground, wiggling our hips left to right once more. And when you're ready, I'm gonna invite you to turn onto your side and go onto all fours for tabletop position. And you might want to bring the blocks to the front of your mat for this one. So from here, we're just going to take one big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to bring our left knee behind our left wrist, extending our right leg back onto our mat, and shifting our left shin towards the front of our mat, either in a 45-degree angle or 90-degree angle, whatever you're comfortable doing within your own limitations. And this is where it might feel good to just place a block behind your left glute to start off, since we're going to be holding this for 5 minutes. And we're just going to take one big inhale, and on the exhale, lower ourselves down onto our forearms. And you might want to bring a block to the front and support your forehead at first on it. So the props in Yin Yoga are really good to allow you to settle into any position comfortably and to hold it for long periods of time so you can reap the benefits of the asana. So that's why I like to use props, and I would encourage you to buy some if you don't have any right now. I know I have links in the description of each class as to where to find stuff like this. If at any point in time during any asanas that we're doing, you feel some tingling, it means that you have a pinched nerve somewhere in your body, and you just want to readjust and reassess until the tingling goes away. So if there is some tingling, do not hold it there. And you'll notice that as I get more comfortable into the position, I get rid of my props, just to go deeper and explore the depth of this asana, called pigeon pose. And when you're ready, you can push through your arms and come all the way up very slowly. And I like to just sink my hips low and forward and just take a moment here in the upright position to open up the front of my right hip. Taking a few breaths. And then we can bring our left leg back to tabletop position. And from here, one big breath. And on the exhale, we bring our right knee behind our right wrist. Bringing our right shin towards the front of our mat, getting comfortable and extending our left leg back. I'm gonna grab a block and place it underneath my right glute. And from here, one big inhale. And on the exhale, I'm gonna come all the way down onto my forearms and support my forehead with a block to start off. Easing into this position. Sleeping swan, pigeon pose. One of my all-time favorite. And on your next exhale, you can push through your arms. Come all the way up. Sink your hips down and forward. And just taking a moment here to open up the front of our left hip. with a few breaths. And when you're ready, you can move your right leg back. And from tabletop position here, we're just gonna go into a meditative shoelace position. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our left knee forward. We're gonna cross it in front of the right one. Then we're gonna open up both legs and come all the way down onto a block. So you want both shins to kind of form a triangle towards the front of your mat. And from here, I'm calling this meditative because while you're sitting comfortably onto your block, we're just going to bring our hands onto our heart, closing our eyes, and focusing on our breath, really calming our thoughts and embracing the power of creating space. See if you can drop down your shoulders, release stress in your shoulder blades, and loosen up your neck, allowing everything to relax deeply. And we can take one big inhale, and on the next exhale, place our hands onto the ground, uncrossing our legs. And this time around, we're just gonna go on the other side. So crossing our right knee in front of the left one, opening both shins to the outside edge of our mat, placing the block in line with our bum. Just gonna sit on it and get comfortable into meditative shoelace, placing our hands at our heart, closing our eyes, and diving deeply inward once more. Try to see if you can lengthen your spine, creating more space in between your vertebrae. And we're going to take one big inhale once more. And on the exhale, lean forward, place your hands onto the floor, move your hips forward, and then just uncross your knees. Turning around this time and making your way onto your backs, keeping your bolster nearby. And we're just gonna, from here, lift our hips up and place the bolster underneath us on our sacral bone at the base of our spine. And then we're gonna allow our shoulder blades to rest comfortably into the mat, our head to be neutral and in line with the rest of our body. And from here, we're just gonna lift our legs up. We've been working a lot on our hips tonight, and this is really good to bring back fresh blood to our legs and to circulate all the toxins that we freed up so that they can get eliminated by our kidneys. It's a great way to bring back your body to neutral and oxygen, fresh blood back to your legs. I really like this one. And you can keep a slight bend in your knees, and if it's hard for you to do it like this, feel free by all means to bring your butt to the base of a wall and to just turn around and bring your legs up onto the wall for support. I like the way it feels to just dangle them in emptiness, and it goes with tonight's theme of creating space. So that's why mine are up in the air like this without a wall tonight. If you want, you can circle your ankles around, moving them in one direction and then the other. Wiggling your toes and loosening up your ankles. Exploring what feels good, really. And when you're ready, I'm gonna invite you to bring your feet back down onto the ground. Taking one big inhale, and on the exhale, lifting our hips up towards the ceiling and pushing the bolster so that it lands underneath our knees. We're gonna extend our legs in front of us, taking up some space and getting into Savasana. which is really an awesome way to notice how better you feel after tonight's class. After creating space to join me onto the mat tonight and creating space within your body and seeing if you're going to be able to carry this practice throughout your day-to-day life. So we're just going to take 5 minutes here, closing your eyes, letting go of any remaining tensions within your body, focusing on your breath, and slowly bringing back your body to neutral before we transition out of tonight's class. And when you're ready, you can roll onto your side and make your way back to the seated position. So that felt really wonderful. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's advanced Yin Yoga class for the hips. If you found it hard to be within your own thoughts and to hold positions for a longer period of time, don't worry. It gets easier with time, and this is where a lot of the benefits will come from. I wanted to say thank you to all of you for all your kind messages, and I receive every day different messages on my phone and notification from all of you guys leaving me positive feedback on how various classes, the difference in your day-to-day life. So this is really why I do this. I'm trying to give back to the world and to you guys. So if you enjoyed it, sorry, my dog's fighting for a bone. But if you enjoyed it, please subscribe, share this class with your friends, or even donate to my channel. And I want to thank a lot of you for all your generous donations lately. I'm a lot closer to my goal of buying a new 4K webcam, thanks to you guys. So once I reach that goal, I'm going to be able to film high quality live classes, and this is something new that I want to do with you guys. So thank you for that. So we're just going to bring our hands to our heart once more, closing our eyes, taking the biggest breath you can take, and on the exhale, just letting go of any tiny bits of remaining tension you might hold. And there you go. That's it for today's class, guys. So thank you so much, and until next time, namaste. Bye.